Hello world! Welcome to the Intro to Python series. This is a new series that will really drill the fundamentals of the Python scripting language into you, so that you can have a solid foundation for learning how to code. The topics discussed in this series can carry over and apply to other languages that you want to learn. This series will be a great starting point for beginners, a strong addition for those who already know how to program and want to add Python to their repertoire, or will be a good source for those who already know the language but want to polish up their skills. Let's get started. Before we get into any coding, let's start with the basics. By that I mean, what is Python exactly? For those of you who don't know, Python is the most widely renowned, utilized, and accepted scripting language. A scripting language is a programming language that automates the execution of various tasks that would otherwise be performed manually by a human counterpart. Writing scripts to handle task execution is obviously much more effective and efficient than manual operation and is much less susceptible to human error. Python is prominent in several different types of jobs, interviews, classes, fields, careers, etc. It can be used for a variety of automation and integration purposes, including, but not limited to, web development, database management, system processes and commands, security tools, and much, much more. In other words, Python is a multi-purpose language that can do just about anything that you want or need to do. In this series, we will be coding in Python 3. There used to be a Python 2, but it is now deprecated and no longer supported. Rest in peace. Python 3 code can be interpreted directly via the command line in Windows or the terminal in Linux. Direct your attention to the command line window I have open on the right half of the screen. Typing in Python into the prompt opens the Python interpreter through the command line. Here, I am able to execute Python statements and expressions inline directly into the console and execute those lines by pressing the Enter key on the keyboard. So let's open up the terminal. Take the expression 2 plus 2, for example. I can input 2 plus 2 into the prompt, and it calculates 4 when I press Enter. Let's do another example. Let's print Hello World to the screen. I can just input print Hello World, like so, and the print statement is executed after I press Enter. As you can see, Hello World appears on the next line. Python can also be interpreted by writing scripts inside an IDE, otherwise known as an integrated development environment, that supports Python 3 interpretation. Scripts can also be executed via command line or a terminal. Direct your attention to the Visual Studio Code window on the left half of the screen. VS Code is the IDE I will be using to interpret Python scripts for this series. Let's print Hello World again as we did in the command line window, but let's run it as a script this time rather than a direct interpretation. Now we can just press F5 on the keyboard to build and run the script. As you can see, our Hello World is printed out here in the terminal output window. One last thing I would like to show you is how to execute the script via command line. Notice the location of our intro.py script here in the IDE window. Now direct your attention back over to the command line window. Let's go ahead and just exit our terminal. Clear the screen. Now we need to navigate to the correct location of where intro.py is located in our file system through the command line interface. We can use the dir command to list files and directories in our current directory, and we can use the cd command to navigate to a different directory. We know that our script is under the c:/YouTube files directory, so all we have to do is type cd c:/YouTube /files, and we are now in that directory. We now use the dir command to confirm that our script is in our current location. And there it is. We can then type in python intro.py and press Enter to execute. As you can see, the script we wrote previously in the IDE window is now being executed in our command line window. We can actually launch this script from any location within the command line interface. All we have to do is know the absolute or relative path to the script. This is outside of the scope of this series, however, as we are mainly focusing on the fundamentals of how to code in Python and not delving into file system navigation. And that's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe to view more content like this. There will be multiple categories concerning technology that we will be covering on this channel. So stay tuned for more videos, and please provide any feedback, good or bad, we don't discriminate, in the comment section down below.